Hello there. Anyone here yet? Oh. Uh-oh. What happened to the thing? Alright. So, today the plan is to just play some Beyond All Reason. Maybe some other games. Might hop on Marvel a bit later if my friends are around and my computer can handle it. But should be a good time regardless. First gotta launch the game though. So we'll get that loaded up. There we go. I have been having some weird audio problems lately, so if the music isn't coming through correctly, you can just tell me. Um, yeah, let's get right into it if I can. Maybe? Oh, this again. There we go. Alright. So, let me just send this through real quick. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. Okay. Then find this real quick. There it goes. Perfect. Alright then. Well, no sense waiting around, so let's get right into it. That's the wrong screen. There we go. Might as well bring me back. There we go. Alright, perfect. Right. Just got to enable that. Perfect. I get a drink of water. Alright. What map? Something smaller is probably the move. So this one looks good. All right. Let's get right into it. So, alright. Full disclosure, it has been a little while since I last did a proper AI 1v1, other than simple AI. I mostly play with my friends at home, so it's a little bit different than I'm used to. That's alright. Should have this regardless. So, all that considered,
battle started.
Can drop some of these. Wind turbines up, get all the metal extractors, radar tower, all that good stuff. And some defense turrets when it's all said and done. Yeah. I don't know, I'm not too worried. Starting off with medium AI, so should all be going well. I don't know why my mic is peaking so bad on my end, but maybe that's a problem for after the game. This is about to be done. Get more wind turbines. Wind isn't great on this map. Maximum of 15, but it is minimum of 5, so that's actually not completely horrible.
You're low on power.
I'm actually going to expand out a little bit more aggressively with the turrets, I think. Now, most people would try to capture, like, a lot of this place, specifically over in here. I'm not too worried. I'm just going to be working probably with this. I realize that probably makes almost no sense to anyone who's just arriving here, but, you know, it's lines all over the place, but got the goblins out, so I'll be able to scout him a little bit. Yeah. Going vehicles. Kind of figured, but there we are. That's an alright trade, though. Goblins are pretty cheap. So I am not at all mad at that. I am going to build some of these construction turrets, though, if I can. Just so I can get a little bit more build power on the factory. So, technically, in hindsight, should only go for 2 right now, due to resource constraints. And I'll just build more economy stuff here. So there it goes. Send more units out to that sideline because I don't have a whole lot of turrets on that end. Maybe build a couple more constructors too, just in case. Gonna build some more construction turrets down here and then take all those. That looks like the move. More wind turbines, energy converters. Just generally scaling economy right now. That's the play. And for this guy, however, I'm gonna have him build more construction turrets just down through this area, make building a little bit easier. Looks like we do have another guy incoming, which is alright. Get some of these better plasma bot guys out. Looks like they don't like the turrets either, which is definitely a good sign. I love the music in this game too. Like, just listening to that in the background, I can almost like... I wonder if it's free use, because if it is, those would make a great background. Getting some of these up and running. Good stuff. I want to get my construction turrets up as fast as possible. That's one thing I wish I would have known sooner going into this game. I don't know how many people who might be here or might be seeing this later on YouTube, I don't know how many of you would be playing the game, but for those of you who don't know, construction turrets are incredibly important. You can kind of get away with just using constructors, especially for early gameplay, but for a lot of your later stage gameplay, you can't get the build power. And their range is amazing for that, so just a good thing to know sometimes. I am not doing great on metal, but that's okay. That's just to do with construction turrets. So I am going to build this up to here. To here. Finally, grab this. And hit one of these. Let's make it mandatory. Perfect. Actually, you know what? This guy's gonna skip. interesting thing about the goblins is that they're very fragile, but they actually outrange a decent number of tier 1 bots, especially. Also, the incisors, those little laser tanks, they're actually remarkably good at countering those. But if they are going to pressure that a little bit more, maybe I shouldn't take that quite yet. Or at least I should be a little bit smarter about it, probably. There it goes. Yeah, my micro is not the best, but I'm getting there. I do want to get some turrets down here too. Very helpful. Actually, I am going to snag this geothermal regardless. And then there it goes. And perfect. Now that all of our energy converters are going, we're earning quite a bit of extra metal, which I can turn into more units at a much higher rate, thanks to the con turrets. Right, gonna check real quick. Perfect. Oh, what's getting attacked? There we are. Yeah, we're gonna need to clear him out. Yeah. Scaling, especially early game, is something that AIs are very good at. Since they have, especially if you're fighting hard AIs, since they don't have any action cap, as far as I know, they can actually really get on top of their micromanagement, especially for economy, which makes them really dangerous late game, unless you have enough economy that the numbers just don't matter. But that takes quite a bit of effort and skill to pull off sometimes that I don't have. So, who's idle right now? Oh, hello. And this guy is going to build more con turrets. Alright. Now, I'm going to start somewhat soon with a transfer. Oh, that's not good. With a transfer over to Tech 2. If I can. I'm just gonna block that off. I don't really need those metal extractors. One thing I am going to need, though, is a better economy. So we are going to need to switch more fully to a converter economy and build some better defenses in the meantime. These hives, I didn't really use them a whole lot when I was first playing the game, partly because they're a Legion unit, and Legion is not accessible except through options, because they're experimental currently. But these hives have quickly become some of my favorite defensive structures in the game. You'll see in a minute, and you might have seen if you were at my stream, I think 2 days ago. But it's 6 drones, basically. It's just a drone launcher carrier on a turret, which is really awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, like that. And they have a pretty long attack range too, so they can keep some stuff off your back that a lot of regular turrets might struggle with. Yeah, generally very solid defense, and in numbers they can threaten just about anything. The only thing you have to watch out for is that the drones do cost 15 metal and 300 energy, which isn't bad. That's actually really cheap, but over time you'll lose a lot of those drones and it can start to cost you. So just stuff to watch out for. Like grab a couple of these overcharged extractors before launching into Tech 2. That sounded like, yep, that was artillery. Oh, those are brutes. Okay. I'm not at all concerned about the artillery. I can handle that fairly easily. But those brutes are a little bit scarier. They're a tank, literally. But they do their job very, very well, and their job being just don't die and cover the approach of other units. Because the brute on the surface might seem like a full offense unit, it really isn't. You're going to mostly be using brutes to cover lighter tanks like pounders with the riot cannons, or artillery like shell shockers for best odds of successful approach. Yeah. Good stuff, regardless. Need to build some anti-aircraft, probably is going to be important soon, because the AIs do love their aircraft. They also love their anti-aircraft, although it's more of a simple AI thing, because the simple AI just builds whatever it thinks is most likely to directly respond to your strategy, and it will build that en masse. Whereas the barbarian AIs, which is what I'm fighting right now, tend to react more to your moment-to-moment decisions, but also have a preconceived idea of the type of playstyle they're going for, given their faction. Alright, got tier 2 up. I'm going to need to send more units that way, it looks like, because that is a lot of signatures. Yeah, I'm definitely going to send a constructor over there to build some defense and stuff. I'm going to bolster this wall. Not that these light laser towers are going to do much, but just more as a countermeasure. Because at least they'll have to take time to destroy them, and they're pretty cheap to make. Switching over to Whistlers. Or are those the Lashers? Yep. Whistlers are the Armada variant. Looks like he's building some anti-aircraft guns or something over there, which are going to cause some problems, but not a huge number. That's a remarkable number of units. Okay. Gonna build an advanced constructor. I'm gonna send in some units to try to kill that anti-aircraft, because that is going to start giving me trouble, although not really if he tries to approach. It's just expensive to replace all those drones.
Radar lost.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know what's actually doing that to my radar, which is a little bit concerning. I see now. Alright. That is one thing about radar too. They're very powerful, but they really do need those tanks to support them, because otherwise they are very vulnerable. am going to try and build more these metal extractors. Just get all my stuff up to spec in that regard. Yeah, he's struggling pretty bad trying to deal with all this stuff. That's what it's there for. You don't want your enemy to succeed in destroying all your stuff. It does look like he is going to take that turret, however. But you know, it's a little bit sad. I would have preferred if that had not happened that way. But that's just how it goes sometimes. We are getting our anti-aircraft, which is very good. Making steady progress on the economy. Everything is looking good so far. All right. Got all this stuff. Where's Commander? Let's go in there. Yeah. All right. It's all good stuff. Where's my other idle constructors? Well, let's just build more wind turbines. When in doubt, just build more economy buildings. Unless you're saving for something specific, in which case, try to get that. But you'll notice that with these hives, I'm repelling all these attacks, which would have normally been very, very difficult to actually keep up with. I'm instead producing a constant stream of very light harassment units, which can block some of that off. So, very good time over here so far. Where's my guy at? So, there we go. Yep. I'm just going to tell this guy to build all of these. And end over there. I'm going to tell this guy to build all of these. And end right here. It does look like he's hitting me a little bit further away with something. That's a little concerning, but not too much of an issue as of yet. But yeah. That is a lot of anti-aircraft trucks. Okay. I do want to try and get some of those tier 2 bots up. I mean, he is struggling to shoot all those down. It looks like I'm just making too much stuff for him to kill it all. But that will not be true forever, and we don't want to rely on that. So, actually, you know what? I'll just wait for Tech 2 defenses, I think, is the play. Build some more Tech 1 units, too. What else should I do? Hang on, I'm just checking in with a friend of mine. There it goes. Perfect. So this is far from the optimal strategy, but the strategy I tend to use is basically just trench warfare. I tend to just build huge amounts of defensive turrets, then more construction turrets on my front line to build more turrets and slowly push towards the enemy base that way. It's not the most effective strategy. I typically transition away from that a little while into the game. Not really a specific time in mind for that, but it's a cool strat. It's generally been fairly effective for me, although there definitely have been some games where my friends have caught on that I use the strategy and they just shut it down early game, which honestly, good for them. They don't have to deal with it, but it is interesting sometimes to have all that happening. Speaking of all that happening, I am fighting a Barbarian AI, which means that they are going to try to hit me with noobs, probably, at some point in the game. I don't know when, but I should probably get some of those defenses up now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. They are expensive, though. This is what I'm getting. The Aegis anti-nuke system is the one used by Legion forces. It's generally very powerful. However, the general rule of thumb is that one anti-nuke will be able to defend against up to 3 or 4 nuclear attacks. Anything more than that, and you are at risk of losing, to put it lightly. But that should not be a risk right now. I might build some artillery, actually, too, because that stuff is cool. So... oh, that's not good at all. That is actually a tier 2 unit, like proper tier 2. Not just tier 1 with some extra stuff on top. It's fine though. It's got some built-up defenses. It looks like some of this stuff is also going online too, so I can build some of these. And where are my other ones? There they are. Perfect. I want to build another radar tower. Another 4 of these. Ouch. Yeah, that rocket truck, by the way, is called a Vanisher. It's really scary. It does area of effect damage on the ground and in the air. And the missiles seek, so there isn't a good way to avoid them. Generally, the only way to avoid Vanisher Strike is by having some type of unit that can actually just tank the whole shot. Which there are quite a few that can do that. But the AI rarely builds one, because right now it's got 2. So, and especially late game, you'll be encountering units sometimes in the hundreds, or even in the thousands on rare cases, which can really impact not just performance, but also any survivability you have will be rendered almost null and void. So, he is not doing the best job of defending his stuff, which is good for me. That's not a lot of turrets for what that's offering. Though those artillery cannons are getting a little bit annoying, so I might want to handle that problem with one of these. probably would have been a good idea to have those online a little bit earlier, now that I'm thinking about it. But for those of you who may not know what these are, these things I'm setting up right now, similarly to anti-nuke, these are energy shields. So they're going to block any plasma-based attack, which is most artillery in the game. Most artillery in the game is plasma-based. There are, I think, a rare few that aren't, but most, like, artillery with a projectile, like what he's hitting me with up here, is all going to be plasma-based. Wow, my voice is fried right now. It's alright, though. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Even the banishers are having trouble, though, with the, quad hives. Just taking a drink of water real quick. Alright. There we are. So yeah, see this bubble? Basically any projectile, any plasma projectile that hits this bubble is going to be deflected off the shield. It's going to ricochet. There is a modifier that you can turn on in the options menu that changes it so that instead of ricocheting, it just straight up gets destroyed when it hits the shield. I don't have that turned on right now because I'm trying to play this as normal as possible. At least for now. Maybe some other time, if I can get some people in here to play with me, we can mess around with more of those options. But a lot of those are more like you're gaming with your friends and you want some extra stuff to do. Definitely going to build more construction turrets now that I have a chance. It's just generally a good idea. There it goes, yep. I was figuring that was going to happen. So that's his commander. I said this in my first stream. Oh, that's also a SAR. That's very bad for me. Regardless, we move on. The commander is basically the same value in this game as the king is in chess. If you lose this unit, then you die. In a 1v1 situation, if you lose your commander, then you are out of the game. However, in a team-based PvP situation where you have multiple people, multiple commanders on all sides, all commanders on a team must be killed by default to win. Again, this game is very customizable, so there are multiple options that allow you to change the win conditions. I'm not messing around with those too much, but you can also have all builders, you can have all kinds of stuff. But by default, if your commander is down, then you lose. And that's just it. It's just how it goes.
Low power.
Low power again. I'm not the best at staying on top of my infrastructure for power. I'm building an advanced fusion down there, but I might want to cover that a little bit better because he is sending a lot of stuff down that way. Particularly a lot of artillery, which this is having trouble deflecting all of. It's probably actually going to go down fairly soon here. So I can just sit here and hope that I get enough do something about this, because that's a lot of plasma going that way. It does have anti-aircraft flak, which is really bad, because that's basically the direct counter to the hive. I'm gonna build some of these hoplites. Just a mech with machine guns. I can probably actually build a, what would it be? Oh yeah. Ouch. So I'm gonna just run this guy up here, see what I can do about all these. Because that is a lot of Furies that he has. Why do I not have construction turrets in that area to block those attacks? Oh. So he does have one of those. That's a little bit scary. So those blue lasers that just showed up and killed everything I had, that is a tachyon beam. There are a couple of different units and towers that have them. Most notably, I would say, are the Starlights from Armada, because those vehicles are basically just tachyon artillery. And are really scary, especially in numbers. But other than that, there are also the Pulsar defensive turret and the Bulwark defensive turret, which is what this is. It's multiple turrets put together. Very powerful, but also, at the same time, incredibly scary. Now, I do have this advanced fusion, which is very, very good for me, and I'm definitely going to be using those resources to provide extra power to my shields, because I do need more shields. Normally, in a normal game, you won't need more than just like 1 or 2 shields in an area, but it looks like he is really pressuring that really badly. So I'm gonna send that there. Build another fusion. And then where's my, there we are. Build some advanced energy converters just because I can. Another semi-important thing for people who may have not played the game before is that the ratio of advanced fusion reactors, which produce a lot of energy, to advanced energy converters is almost always 5 to 1. You want 5 advanced energy converters for every advanced fusion that you have to be maximally efficient. That's generally the good rule of thumb across all factions. Although it does look like they reworked some numbers, because this is producing 3,300 energy instead of the regular 3,000. So I guess in that case the number would be 2 advanced fusions for 11 converters. In which case I should build more converters. I'm building a couple extra because I've got geothermals and I'm getting more fusions on. But generally, if this ratio, you want that to be at 100%. If it's at lower than 100%, build more fusions and power generation. Okay, that's a lot of damage. All hands on deck. It's not going to be enough, so I guess that it is time to just build a ton of units and hope this works. I really should have gotten one of these up earlier, and I think this one's just going to wind up getting destroyed because realistically I can't build it fast enough, I don't think, to repel this attack. But this is a bastion, and it's basically just a massive heat ray on a turret. Not too much extra going on with that, but it is very good at repelling a lot of attack. So it does look like I am gonna have to fortify a bit more than I had intended to. That is a-okay. That's what I gotta do, and that's what I gotta do. That's a lot of artillery. I'm just gonna tell these guys to move in. Just need to kill the tremors. So we can do those. So these guys don't want to cooperate, but if we can kill the tremors, then we can stop them from blowing up all of our stuff. Looks like we didn't, but we did push them away back far enough, I should say, that it looks like they won't be pressuring me too badly anymore, at least for maybe a little bit. I bought time, that's the big thing. With that time, we can do stuff like this. I think we're getting to a point in the game where I'm going to want to get Tech 2 up. I wish I had more economy going into this, but that's okay. So actually, I'm going to tuck this down here, actually, because I already have a lot of infrastructure, and I can make it happen fast. So I'm going to build bastions to block incoming attack. That is a tier 3 unit. So that was a catapult. I was definitely right.
Unit detected.
So catapults are really scary. They attack with rockets, which is the first problem, because rockets are difficult to counter. There isn't a good defense against them. You can, with the extra unit pack unlocked, get these adaptable shields, which are going to block against more than just plasma. But by default, you don't have access to those, which makes it very difficult to actually, you know, block rockets. So it can get a little overwhelming sometimes.
T3 unit is ready.
But I've got this artillery piece ready. This is a tier 3 artillery piece. I showed these two. I showed these off in my first Beyond All Reason video, the one, my first ever stream, where I did some Beyond All Reason gameplay on top of some other stuff. But the Myrmidons, I think I showed off the Myrmidons, or maybe that was just the Astreus. The Myrmidons are just a very powerful artillery piece mixed with a drone carrier for higher level drones. They're very slow though, but they are all-terrain, which can be very helpful in later stages of the game. I'm definitely going to build an Astreus because I need that in my life right now. And then we are also going to build a couple of these. So the Astreus is just a super heavy, like long-range plasma cannon. Just that walks on legs. It's
Astreus
not as crazy as it sounds, although I mean it can do that, which is pretty awesome. But an Astreus most of the time is going to be something you never actually see in a game because it does its job from the back line. Or, as I have it set up right now, it's just doing its job. However, it looks like all of my stuff is dying, so we are going to move some stuff that way. I'm going to say this right now. Things are not looking good. He is stacking a lot of tier 3 units, which specifically the catapults, which I don't have a good counter for. So, I will say right now, things are not looking the best in terms of my odds of winning this, but it should go alright regardless. I've got quite a while yet I can stream, so I'm gonna do this. Build the air factory. Build air repair pad. Ouch. So that's a little sad. Not at all unexpected, but just sad. I'm gonna build one of these. So this unit is called the Praetorian. It's a very powerful assault mech. You can see it down the corner unless chat is blocking it at any point. But the Praetorian hits very hard and is generally a menace to actually be facing on the battlefield. So I'm definitely going to need more of these turrets. That got shot down, but that's alright, because the build turret's already locked on for that. So I'm just going to replace my old frontline line of turrets with these more powerful Bastion turrets. It does have a lot of AA, which is going to make it very difficult to actually fight this, but I should actually be able to pull something off here if I can get some units on it. So, yeah, that's a deep attack right there. I'm going to pressure this, actually. So, full disclosure, I was not intending on this unit surviving. That unit's purpose was specifically to get the catapult's attention and and force him to move away, because I could not keep up with that attack. But I know for a fact that my Praetorian can get their attention. And now that I have some of these more powerful options, I can actually pull off some more attacks. So let's get more economy stuff online. So another thing you'll notice about the Astraeus is its range is absolutely insane. It goes all the way out to that red circle that you can see. And if I were to have this like right here on the screen, right there, I could pretty much hit the entire map with only a couple exceptions due to terrain. That's doing a very fine job of keeping the enemy off of my back so far, which is very much appreciated, although this guy did have to die for that, unfortunately. It's alright, though. I'm gonna get some of these out to try to take some of this metal back. Oh yeah, another interesting thing about the build system in this game is that's all based off of resources and build power. So even if you don't have the full resource requirement to build something, you can absolutely still try to build it. It'll just take longer. Which is very good for this kind of stuff, because normally you wouldn't be able to pull that off. But I absolutely can, because I have all of the resources to do so. Oh, perfect. Looks like I hit something important then. That's really bad. Okay, I know exactly what that is. So this is kind of a red alert moment.
Juggernaut detected.
That is a Juggernaut, the most powerful unit in the game available to Vortex, which is the faction my enemy is playing. It's equipped with huge plasma cannons, a heat ray that you've been seeing, and also a missile launcher. Its heat ray can also hit aircraft, and it is generally a menace. But you'll also notice that I've got a lot of units attacking it, and it is going down slowly. But I don't think I'll actually be able to kill it here, because I would be surprised if I can, because he's going to have a lot of units to support back there. Particularly catapults. Yep. I'm going to try to build a Soul Invictus if I can, which will be kind of the final nail for him, because the Soul is an incredibly powerful weapon. Perfect. Noisy car outside of my house. There we go. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, okay. Looks like I can take a little bit of a breather for now, because that was pretty intense. You know what? I think I'm just gonna try to pull off really cheesy way of doing this, but if it works, it works. There we go.
Sol Invictus is ready.
And there we go. He is not defending this very well at all. But as per usual.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Got him. There we go. that's
battle
GG.
ended.
So that is our first game. Perfect. And that was a medium AI, just that you guys know. I was playing Legion. Let's change up the enemy, and then I'm going to take a short break to refill my water bottle and also check chat and stuff like that. So, be right over here. Anyone else here? Alright. I will be back in just a second. So, I just realized I did not actually make a proper screen for this. So, y'all will just get to see me on screen, I guess. But, yeah. Be back in a second, y'all. Alrighty. I am back. So, wow, I've already been live for an hour, it looks like. Alright, well, I will go on to the next game, I guess, since it doesn't look like anything crazy was happening in chat, so I will be back in then. Alright, let's hope OBS likes this. Dang it. There we go, we're back. Perfect. So for this one, it'll be the same difficulty of AI, just medium. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. But it will be a medium AI playing Armada this time. So some different units available. I'm still going to be playing Legion, just because that's kind of my main faction. I don't know the other ones too well, but all the principles remain the same, it's just some of the specifics are different. So, let's go. Alright. Always loved the music. Such a good game.
Please choose your starting location.
Okay, alright. There it goes. Yeah. Looks good to me. I think I'm going to
Battle
do something I
started.
don't normally do. I'm going to run vehicles this time. I will probably struggle a little bit more, just simply because I don't understand vehicles as much as I do bots. But it should work out all right. Okay, we got the radar, we got starting power, we've got a little metal extractor. Gonna get all of these up here, and then off of the vehicle lab, straight out the gate, we're gonna go for the construction vehicle, followed by 5 scouts. These are really fragile, even compared to goblins, the wheelies, but they're very fast. And
Low power.
they're great for scouting, so should all work regardless. Also, vehicles have slightly higher build power. They're less maneuverable, but they've got a lot more health and they've got a lot more build power, so I'll actually be able to pull off more stuff probably with one of these than I would have been able to just messing around with the other stuff, so just with bots. There they are. Pretty cool looking. Yeah. Little machine gun and stuff. The Legion units are just so cool looking. They're pretty awesome. Oh, why are you... This guy shouldn't be idle. It's alright, though. Just gonna build out some of these turret defenses. I'm guessing this is gonna be a pawn, probably. No, a blitz. Also going vehicles. That is interesting, sure. So I'm gonna build some more units. So these are just the little Alaris tanks. It's a little cannon. They just got a little cannon, 6 wheels. Also pretty fast. Not nearly as fast as the wheelies. But still very respectable in terms of firepower. I'm gonna see if I can't scout some of his stuff. So there that goes. And I'm going to grab all of these. I'm going to build a wall of these turrets. Take all of those. And build another over here. Because I'm just going to ignore this area. I think. Straight to the constructor. Got my point guards. These guys should be building the con turrets. And then... Oh, there we are. Alright. And then that should be going perfectly fine. I'll have the construction turrets, everything else will be set up. Should be looking good, all things considered. Heat rays are repelling the worst of his attack. It looks like he hasn't built a whole lot of stuff yet, so I'm still a little bit ahead. That lead will probably not last, but might as well take advantage of it while it's there. I'm gonna build a lance and a decurion while I can. Or, no, a lance and 2 Helios. I realize I should probably explain these. The lance is basically a direct fire artillery piece. So instead of arcing its shots, which is what makes a regular artillery piece so vulnerable, the lance will just shoot a straight line. It's a super heavy, like, railgun. That also works against air power too, which is very nice.
Low power.
And then these are the Helios as well. The Helios is a small tank with a heat ray on it. So basically this turret, but on a tank. And these two working together is a very powerful combination because the lance does a lot of damage in a burst, but will struggle against large numbers of enemy units. Meanwhile, the Helios can do a whole lot more, granted to a limited number of targets, but it can also take a lot of those hits that would normally give the lance some trouble. Then this guy's idle, it looks like. So we're gonna have him build more these economy structures, the energy converters and all that stuff. Meanwhile, I'm gonna build a couple more lances, a couple more Helios. What is this guy doing? Right? Looks like wind isn't great right now, so that's probably why I'm struggling a little bit on economy right now. There it goes.
Low power.
I appreciate the first time chat, but I'm good. I don't need links to stuff. I don't know what that is. What are they hitting me with? Goes. Solid. Repelling that attack. Pretty solid so far, it looks like. Which is good for me, but I should definitely be getting better in tech by now. So, might need to... Yeah, there it goes. All right. That's a lot of enemies. Okay. Well. Why are there so many? That is crazy. Okay. So... That's a lot of stuff. Okay. He's gonna be hitting me with all of that. I might want to actually reply properly to that. I need to grab these guys. Need more. That's a Janus. Okay. So the Janus is firing these little rockets, and basically it is just really powerful anti-vehicle units. Just designed to kill other vehicles, and it does a very good job of it. And it looks like I'm under attack again. So this is an example of what happens when I do not defend correctly. I wind up dealing with all this stuff where I actually physically cannot keep up with the amount of units, and I start to fall behind. So I doubt I'm going to win this one. If I do, it would be appreciated, but like I said, incredibly unlikely. I'm just gonna fortify this entire area as best as I can and hope I survive long enough to get to the late game, because he is not relenting with the Blitz Swarm. Or with those, it looks like. Ow, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Ah, that's it. That's it. Oh well.
Battle ended.
I did not approach that one correctly. I probably should have gone more into defense early game, but that's alright. I also did not get tech up as fast. If you'll notice, that last game was like, I don't know, like an hour long, but I had like tech 2 up by like 20 minutes. Whereas this game, I was not even close. So just things to keep in mind, always looking at what happened. Also looking at all this tech and stuff like that, he was expanding very quickly. And had like all the infrastructure kind of that he needed to pull that off, where I very much did not. Yeah. So, oh well, we lost that one, but we've got more time, so let's run another one. Can't hurt. Okay. Yeah. Maybe on a different map, though. We've played this one a bit alright tonight, so it's one of the good ones. All this like activity in chat is making me wonder. Hang on. Is chat working on the stream right now? Huh, looks like it isn't. Alright. Well, oh my. Should probably fix that. Sorry about this, y'all. I'm just troubleshooting the chat box right now. Okay. Huh. Well, that's a new one. I don't actually know what's going on with the chat box right now. It does not want to function correctly. It's giving me the weird overlay. So I would guess just need to Is that working now, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Well. Oh, hello. What's up, World Class? Trying to troubleshoot my chat box right now. I know, riveting gameplay, as always. Okay, I'm just going to remove the chat box. Okay, moving back over here. I'm just going to remove the chat box source and replace it, because I don't actually know how to fully fix that. I think we had a spam bot in here earlier, actually, too, which was interesting. I don't know if you saw that, but is this working now, maybe? I don't know. No? Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, no problem, World Class. You're all good. Yeah. I figured out how to do the tags and stuff. I'm just trying to fix my chat box. If it can't be fixed this stream, that's alright. I'll just go back to the gameplay. We'll finish it out whenever, and then be all good, and I can fix it afterwards, but this music is such a banger. Am I not? I'm just wondering what it would be. Okay. I don't know what this would be. So if I do this, chat box. There we are. Maybe this works? Yeah, I don't know. It just might not be working tonight. It's alright. I can fix it later. Either way, I mean, I have to alt-tab for chat regardless, so it's not that much extra work. It's just sad for the VOD. Well, in any case, let's get started on another one. Go. this map in a long time. That might be cool, actually. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll run against Cortex again. Just because I kind of know what to expect there. There it goes. Alright. So, there's the map. Okay. Alright. Well, let's do this.
Battle started.
First things first, always going into the metal extractor, into the wind turbines, into whatever factory, and then radar. And because this map is more open, I'm going to drop a turret in here too, just because might as well have the extra security. It's far from maximally efficient. That's okay.
Need power.
Yeah. Makes sense. In that case, I will just build more power. Okay, we got the builders. I will run running bots this time, so I'm a little bit more confident in my pods. This is also a larger map, so it's a little bit much to deal with. I'm gonna move over here. Okay. Let's see what he's building. systems. So there it goes. All right. Let's see what he's got. Probably nothing too crazy. Oof. Yeah, he's got a lot of units, not so much on structures, but that's okay. If anything, that's better for me, because there's less stuff I have to worry about. Got the other units. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna build some more construction bots. And finally get some actual unit production up and running. What's he even sending? Okay, yeah, that checks out, actually. It is a hazard for some of my units, but that's okay. He can't move anywhere because my turrets are going to get him if he tries to attack anything. It's just annoying to have him in my base. See, like that. He can't realistically do much of anything because if he does, he'll get attacked, basically. That's what a turret is for. I'm just gonna build a... Actually, let's not build a huge number like that. We'll just build a concentrated number around the back line so I can expand more easily.
You're low on power.
Yeah, I know. That's annoying. But not really at all unexpected. Oh. Hello. There he goes. Okay, yep. So that's gonna be a large number of problems for me. I'm going to actually, in that case, get prepared. It's rocket bots too, of course. Okay, I just need to hold them off long enough to build proper defensive barriers between me and them, so... Okay, yep, that's a lot of stuff. Just need them out of my territory. Because right now, that's a lot of problems for me. Okay. Alright. I'm not nearly on top of this as I should be, but... no, it's just how it goes, I guess. Weirdly enough, though, my bottleneck is not where I thought it would be. It's an energy, which is pretty rare. Most of the time when you have a production issue, it's because of metal, but yeah, I'm just gonna withdraw it into my actual base proper. Because I don't really want to bother with all of this nonsense. It's going to cost me too much regardless to keep all of those territories up and running. So I'm going to build more. Whoa, what was that? Nope, get out of here. Goes perfect. Just need to have more of these radars, and also the solar panels because my guy wasn't building them. I thought he was. That's alright, I saw that coming. A mile away. I'm just gonna try to apply some pressure if I can. I've got some turrets built and stuff already over here, so not that concerned. Why are they just walking through all the defenses? Doesn't make sense. Just walking through. So how am I going to get my energy production back up? Because it seems like no one's actually working on it. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. Well, That's deeply frustrating. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, looks like I do have enough power now. I just don't have enough metal to keep up with everything. I'm going to try to build another attacking line right here. Oh dear. So, alright. Well, I'm just going to build an even dumber amount of hives because the first ones didn't work, and generally that means I didn't have enough. I'm going to have this guy help out as well. And let's get Tech 2 up if I can. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay. Well. Okay. There we go. That's better for defense. Okay. And then... That's very distressing. Okay. Well... Oh, moving in. go. Definitely going to need more bots and resources, but for right now, it seems I'm doing all right. Oh, all right. Well, that's a lot. Hives are doing a good job of defending, not worrying too much about all that stuff. Getting my advanced extractors up, though it does look like I am going to need more. It does look like I am going to need more energy production fairly soon. Which, you know, makes sense.
Need power.
Oh, come on. Not again. Okay, got the miniguns coming online too, so if it tries to break through here, it's going to be a very bad time. I mean, it already is a very bad time for him, it looks like, but you get what I mean. There you go. Just recovering some of those resources. defensive lines are looking good. This one's taking longer to build, but that makes sense. I don't have as many constructors down there. Getting a fusion online, which will be very helpful. Oh, world class. Yes, yes. Delicious reclaim. That's for sure. Welcome in, by the way. Yep. Just doing some skirmish against AIs right now. With Legion online, obviously, because I've got all those units. It's a good time. Yeah. Now that defensive line is constructed, I can actually move forward a little bit more confidently back in this area. Ooh, he's got one of the... Oh, not you guys, not you guys. Well, actually, yeah, why not? There we go. Heck yeah. Legion's always a lot of fun. I didn't know that it existed when I first started the game because it was in the options menu, but ever since I started playing with them, I can't go back. The other factions are fine. I'm getting the hang of them too, but I don't know. Just really cool looking. Their unit designs are sleek, and I like the heat rays and stuff. It's very asymmetric to the rest of the factions. Yeah. I'm not actually worried about that down there. It could be, but I mean, I don't think there's a unit that he has on the field right now that could actually break through this. I need to get more unit production online. Yeah, it's just a little anti-aircraft guy. I need these guys as well. I do want to get some of these build turrets online. So I can get a secondary defensive line up. All right. Then it looks like I'm gonna have the resources to get experimental up in a second, so I'm gonna do that. You know what? This guy's gonna do the experimental, and this other guy is going to, once that is done being constructed, this guy's gonna go for another fusion, probably into aphis. Just makes sense. Awesome, glad you're back, world class. Oh, I was meaning to ask, has my stream been having any of like the audio crackle that I had last time? I know it clips sometimes when I talk because I'm so close to my microphone right now, but I don't know if it would have the other ones. Really? Awesome. Yeah, I just straightened out some cords, tried to fix up my cable management as much as I could with my current setup. And yeah, I guess that worked, but that's awesome, actually. Whoa. Yeah. I just love the Thanatos rocket bots, too. These guys. They're awesome. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. A lot of my friends who used to play GFL with me in my sort of platoon there aren't playing anymore, so I might need a new game. Also, I don't know if you saw, but we got... Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if you saw, but I got a major W from Ava, actually, in the Conveni Discord. I think she's going to be doing another avatar, it sounds like. She wants to give me an avatar glow up, which is going to be awesome. I really didn't expect that. Like, I was actually gonna, like, reach out and, like, once I had, like, some money to commission her with, but, like, because, you know, I don't do a whole lot of, like, actual, like, drawing and stuff, as you can probably tell, but, like, with artists and stuff, I know what it's like, and I don't want to do the free... Oh, thanks for the heads up. Also get a... Yeah, let's grab an Astraeus, why not? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It is a little wild. Yeah, I appreciate that, like, so much. Like, it really was a huge struggle trying to get my... Yeah. Suasia? Is that how I pronounce your name? Suasia? I'm probably messing that up, but yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome into the stream. I'm just getting started over here. This is my third ever stream.
Is ready.
Oh, perfect. So this is a lot, but Suwasi? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. World class. Were you here to see these? The Astraeus? Suasia. Suasia? Oh, there it goes. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, the Astraeus are
T2
beasts.
unit detected.
T2 unit detected? What is it? Oh. Just a Sheldon? That's not bad. I mean, it's kind of bad for him, because Maya already does that, but... Yeah. Metal is full again, so we're gonna go for another Astraeus into a Praetorian. I am not nearly high enough on energy conversion. I should build more converters. But yeah. Ooh. There we go. Yep. Yeah, more build turrets. Definitely.
Astraeus is ready.
Oh, perfect. So this guy is going to build more. I'm actually going to build this guy back over here to build turrets. I'm realistically not going to need it this game, but I can build a Aphiz block just for the sake of it. Because why not? Thank goodness. Yeah. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness.
T3 unit is ready.
There we go. Now let's try for the soul. I don't really see a reason not to. also. The new, like, Legion Tier 3s, the Myrmidon and the Charybdis, yeah, I think, are awesome. I've been having a lot of fun with those. Especially the Myrmidons. I love sticking them in unexpected places and watching people, specifically my friends, freak out when they're getting hit with cluster arty from what is seemingly an impossible location. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we're low on metal right now, but that's fine. We've got more than enough. Stuff to handle any of his attacks now. Unless... Oh no, those are just termites. It's fine. Okay. And then this, because I overshot my ratio, I think. And good on there. That's almost done. That's pretty amazing.
Sol Invictus is
And
ready.
there it is. I don't actually know if I have a place where the soul can walk through. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, in that case, unfortunate, but I've got the resources to make that up, so these are good to go. There we go. There we go. Alright. Honestly, I might just push right here. Oh, I heard a small crackle there. There we go. The Soul Invictus doing what it does best. Making literally anyone regret building anything under Tier 3. should probably... What, actually? I'm going to camp... Actually, no, I don't have to. I'm gonna build some radar bots, actually. I mean, realistically, I don't need them. I'll defeat the enemy regardless, but...
Tactical missile launcher detected.
It'd still be unfortunate if my bottleneck for attacking this enemy base and using a bunch of bullets is just poor radar coverage. Radar? Yeah, the green zone. So, radar is fairly important, at least with the tactics I use. Most of the time, you can get away with using less of it, but in this case, the green area is the detection range, and anything in there is going to show up as a little round blip on the minimap. It helps with targeting beyond visual range. Oh, yeah. Yep. I was just explaining it. Some of my friends skipped the tutorial when they were, like, skipped whatever it was. They were just ignoring it and screwing around. And they, for the life of them, could not figure out how I knew where they were, and they thought I was cheating. But then I just showed them how radar worked. It was a little crazy. But, you know, it happens. I mean, I'm not going to need the radar, because I've got them right here. I've got the artillery coverage for all of this.
Commander destroyed.
There we go. Perfect.
Battle ended.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Well, go. It's always a fun one. I was originally planning on hopping off around 9, but it looks like I've got a little bit of time, so I might as well run another one. But then, after this one, I think I'm gonna hop off. I am planning in the future, because of how my work schedule is set up, I'm gonna be streaming probably mostly after 6. I won't usually be starting at 6. I'll probably be starting closer to 7, stream for like 2 hours, then get off at 9. Just because that's what works best for me. This is EST, by the way. Yeah. But I think we still have enough time, and then after that we'll raid out. So it queued up. Run for Armada this time. And same map, why not? I like this map. Get a drink of water while we're loading. There we go.
Please choose your starting location.
There we go. I'll probably run bots again, just because I'm more familiar with them.
Battle started.
There we go. Always building the turrets. Yeah. I will say my two biggest weaknesses when it comes to this game tend to be scaling economy and controlling large amounts of ground. Like if I've got like my pocket on a map where I can just worry about my pocket and not have to watch too much. That's why I wind up on the front line a lot when I'm in multiplayer, is if I can just have my pocket to watch, my lane to watch, and focus that, I can typically do pretty well. But if I have to like hard focus economy, I'm still not that good at that yet.
Need power.
Yeah. Need power. It's because I'm building all the turrets and stuff. Another thing I definitely like is that the Legion metal extractors generate power, which means that they aren't going to choke slam me into the ground as soon as the game starts with the energy economy. I always somehow needing power regardless, somehow wind up needing power. But, oh goodness. Sorry, alt tabbed a little too much. But yeah, it is certainly an advantage, I would say. Alright, let's get the area max. Boom, boom. I mean, I probably should, but I'm just gonna worry about these areas another time when I'm in multiplayer. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I should do that. Just gonna build those. Ooh. Armada vehicles. There we go. Just gotta chase him a little bit. I should definitely probably learn more of that stuff. Specifically how to use units other than bots. I mean, I know a little bit about air power too, but I've kind of just been sticking with bots since I started a couple months ago, and it's kind of just really been where I've just decided to stay for the longest time. So actually I should probably get some energy converters in here too while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I know. It's just there are some like really cool vehicles and aircraft I've used in the past, and I just wish I knew how to use them more effectively, because they are really cool units, but you know, me being a bots player, I don't always know how to use them to the best of their ability. Oh. He's probably just gonna run into that, but... And this guy's gonna do that. I'm gonna build here. Then from there, I'm just gonna build a Pharaoh's line. Not worrying too much. I can always deconstruct those later if I have to, but just make a barrier so that they don't come in here and wreck all my stuff. There we go. This guy's gonna do that. Economy. Actually, probably shouldn't have those directly adjacent in case that decides to blow up at some point. It is kind of tucked in the back there, so probably not a huge deal, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Should definitely keep my unit production up a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. I can probably build some of the more expensive bots now if I wanted to. I'm just gonna send these guys over here. Ooh, incoming. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Build more ballistas, maybe some satyrs. Satyrs, I don't know. Or lobbers, as I know them. Getting some of our converters online, always a good sign. We get some more of these constructors up as well to build to reinforce these lines, because I know they're going to get hit pretty bad, I think, eventually. I mean, I've got enough turrets that's not going to be a huge deal instantly, but at the same time, another better safe than sorry thing. Once he finishes that, I'm just going to tell him. Ow. Just going to tell him to build a couple more wind turbines. Alright. I'll add the rocket bots over to my line over there, along with the satyrs when they get over there. I should be in a good spot. At least for a little while. Oh, I just realized how painful of a VOD this is going to be to download. My first VOD was like an hour long and it was already almost 3 gigs. Eh, it's fine. I've got a separate drive for that for a reason. looks like. Oh, it's brutal. Yep. Good, we're getting more power generation, all that good stuff. What's this guy doing right now? Nothing really. I mean, I could probably get more energy converters online. Can't hurt. Worst case scenario, I don't have enough power, in which case they'll just turn off. Just like I thought. Wind's going down again, it looks like. Which is fine, though. We've got enough defenses built to last, so I'm also going to build up the hive line again. It's such a trippy phrase, because normally it would be, you'd say hive mind, but I literally mean a line of hives. Just so odd sometimes to say. I've definitely tripped that one up multiple times. Oh, hello. How'd that work? Get some of that. I need to get some of the Zagreus out there. Probably be very helpful if I can. I am doing a lot of construction at the same time, so not exactly surprised that things aren't super fast. I just realized all of those are going to pop if those go down, so maybe not the best idea to build all of them like right there. There we go. That's actually a very good question. You know, actually that's something I probably should have considered first. I already have the build turrets there, so, and I am only fighting a medium AI right now, just because I don't want to be super competitive right now. But, so I'm not too concerned, but that is actually something I should probably look at in the future. I have a lot of LLTs right now. That is true, actually. Wait a minute. Should we do this real quick if I can? Or just eat them. Yeah. I can probably leave the hives anyway. Those have a long enough range, and because they're not direct attack, they don't worry about line of sight, so I can probably leave the hives down, but I will definitely move the con turrets, I think. Actually, I can nestle this back here, probably. Alright. A lot of stuff for the Zagreus to do right now, but that's alright. forget which transport it is. I'll go heavy just to be safe. But which transport is it actually for these? Oh, it can be a light transport. Never mind. Light transports are cheaper. Alright. Why doesn't it wanna... There we go. There we go. That'll work. I'm not even gonna lie, I completely forgot that you could just move them with the transports until you brought that up. That's awesome. This guy's still building hives. Oh, this guy's done with power. Not anymore. More stuff to do. I should probably be transferring over to Tech 2 now I think about it. Oh, hello. That's fine. I don't think they'll have the firepower to break through there. Just in case they've got time. So. Or maybe they will. That's a lot of stouts. With Janice. Coach as well. So. I love the hives. They do such a good job of, like, scaring those enemies away. No, the AI does not handle hives very well at all. But that's very good for me, because that means he's going to leave me alone for a little while at least. That's in the works. Oh, he's finally done with all these not extractors, wind turbines. Perfect. These cacophonies are being produced very well. Yeah. Although I must say, to be entirely fair, if I was one of those, like, vehicle drivers, and I got, like, beyond visual range, a swarm of helicopters with machine guns decide to show up and just pummel my vehicle, I probably would turn around too. It's so scary. Oh my goodness. Queue up some instructors. So looks like this defense over here is pretty much done at this point. I mean, maybe integrate some AA, but he's not doing anything aircraft related right now. Yeah, why not? I'll just pop one in there just in case. Odds are low, but better to have it and not need it than, not have it when you really do need it. I'm going to leave a gap in the cacophony line too already, just so that when I do have tier 3 units up, they can walk through there. If I even get to that point, because I might try to... It is after 9, so I'm going to try to finish this fairly quickly, if I can. Area mix. I'm gonna end it at tier 2 anyway. Like, oh wow, okay, hello. Yeah, if I was gonna end it at tier 2 anyway, I might as well like leave that too, because I can get like incinerators or something up if I want to. Radars on the hills, that's a very good idea, actually. I actually have the factory for that, because... Or the plant, I should say, because it's aircraft. To get those up there. Actually, wait a minute, the Proteus can do that too, right? And it has more build power. It's expensive, but I can do that instead. Also don't 100% know if he's going to have AA to shoot those down. So, either way, not a huge deal.
T2 unit detected.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's an ambassador. I should have figured. Ambassadors were actual nightmare fuel when I started playing this game, because I didn't know what they were, and I was suddenly getting hit with, like, rockets out of nowhere. And the rockets, like, they were just one-shotting everything. And I was so confused. Yeah, like that. I should probably micro better than that. Oh, he's got Starlight, too. I'm glad I caught that one good. There we go. I did not want to let that get away. I can afford to let the bastard get away because I kind of know better now than I once did, but not the Starlights. Starlights are a threat. Where's the Proteus? There it is. So you are going to build me a fusion on the back line, and This guy is going to put actual advanced radars up here. All right. We are getting there, y'all. That'll be a lot better coverage once I have these up. Oh, long-range anti-air. Alright. And you know what the air means? More wind turbines. Because I can't be bothered. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I'm actually going to build radar bots for this. And then that ambassador is still alive, so I probably shouldn't just shut it down. Let's do this. Actually, we're going to reclaim all that if we can. Ow, Janice. Kill the Janice if you can. I remember back when I used to play Armada, the Janice was, like, such a cool find. I had the same thing with Armada that I kind of have with Legion, which is that I don't really use vehicles a whole lot. But when I did decide to randomly do vehicles one time, I basically just played the entire game with Janice. That's a lot of hurt. Okay. Because they were just awesome units. Very quickly realizing just how explodable this base is, and it's making me somewhat nervous, so... Poor Shredder. Trying so hard. Okay. Oh, I should get him out of there before he gets built in to the wall. I'm gonna build another one of these. Well, I wonder. Yeah, it would appear so. Got the long-range AA. That's alright. I'm at a stage of the game, kind of, where I'm not too concerned about that anyway. I can build eviscerator artillery pieces now, so not too worried. Maybe just a little worried, but not too worried. Actually, I don't need 8 of them. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, it is a lot of metal. I wouldn't normally do this sort of thing, but, you know, I got time. I can actually probably only build one over here. I heard that. I heard the ambassador rocket. Oh yeah, what's the ambassador equivalent for Legion again? It's the Boreas, right? Those things are awesome. Here it goes. There we go. That'll probably be game, assuming that's his actual commander.
Enemy commander
Got him.
destroyed.
There we go.
Missile
Perfect.
silo detected.
I'd say that went
Battle
well.
ended.
Yay! Alright. That's kind of all I had planned for the night. I'm gonna swap over to my other screen. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So that's it for tonight. I'll probably be up sometime later this week, at around 7 o'clock EST. If you're around, if anyone's interested. But yeah, we're gonna raid into another awesome crater. Let's see. There we go. So we're gonna raid into Hoshi Serrano from Combini. She's playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. She was one of the big inspirations for me deciding to go into the PNG VTuber space with my gameplay. So I didn't mean to stream this long, full disclosure, but I just never got tired, so I decided to keep going. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that set up. But yeah, be back again later this week. The VOD will also be up on YouTube. It should be linked in my profile as well. So, if anyone needs that. Perfect. All right. Let's go. All right. And here we go.